So you've had a very busy summer. Endgame, Shaft, Spider-Man. Do you ever take a break?
Sure. I'm taking a break now. I'm talking to you. Here I am.
Do you like London?
I love London. Always have. Well, London was my first European experience, so yeah, I've always had a soft spot for it.
You've made many Marvel movies now.
12,
Oh my God.
maybe.
Do they still surprise you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I was surprised by this one.
In what way?
Well, Nick Fury is like the all-knowing, all-seeing, guy, and all of a sudden he's in a situation where he's trying to figure out what the new normal is because he's missed a few beats.
When the fans finally found out how Nick Fury, lost his eye in Captain Marvel, were you happy with that storyline and how that was delivered?
Worked. It was a fun way to do it, and a lot of people have figured it out. The people who read comics, kind of know what a Flerken is, and they had that answer way before, most people did. And I guess people would love for it to have been something more heroic and, wow, but this is just as good an explanation as any.
When you were a kid, did you get into the whole comic thing? Were you a fan?
I read comic books, yeah. I still do.
Which ones do you like the most?
It's not like when you were a kid. It's like, well, I read a lot more graphic novels now. I'm not so much a follower of serial superheroes like I was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I read, everything from Flash to Kid Colt to Silver Surfer to Batman, Robin, Archie, Betty, Veronica. I read comic books. But then the rule in my house was for every 5 comic books I read, I had to read a classic.
I love that. That's good. So, we've got this, you just read these names out, these great characters. Now these films that are being made, why do you think this comic concept is attracting such talented actors?
It's a big universe, and there are a lot of characters to populate. And sometimes actors are cast because they have the specific look that people are looking for. There is a certain trope that every comic has to adhere to or follow in a specific kind of way, and everybody wishes they had some kind of power that would allow them to be special. So it's kind of easy to appeal to people on that level.
So with these 12 films behind you, and Nick Fury, as you described, is a very unique character himself. If there was any other Marvel character that you might be able to play, which one would you choose?
I like Doctor Strange, just because, there's that whole mystical element, and there are things and dimensions that he crosses and spells, and I've always been interested in that sort of thing. So that would be fun to do.
I could see that.
I could too.
Nick Fury meets Shaft. Say they're in a bar in London. They're at a pub. They meet. Mm-hmm. What would happen?
Nick Fury would probably look at him and kind of assess him in an interesting sort of way, and I'm sure they would have a drink and exchange some war stories, and I don't know that they would be quick and fast friends.
Could they get into some trouble?
I doubt it. I doubt if Nick Fury would hang out with him. He would probably encounter him, assess him, and figure out of what use or non-use he would be to him.
Okay. All right, last question. Hitman's Bodyguard was such fun. What about Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard?
What about it?
Does that make any sense, that question?
Well, yeah, it did.
What?
I'm just trying to make you elaborate on what you want me to tell you about.
Well,
will it be as much fun? Is that the question?
That's it. That's a good. Yes.
I think so. I think that Selma's character was interesting enough in the first film to make people want to see who she is and learn more about her, and to figure out what that relationship with Darius must really be like.
Want more extra? Hit the subscribe button and the bell and never miss a video.